Hello everyone. How are you today? How is everything going on with you guys? Welcome to today's HOTMOM Live Conversations. I'm your host, HOTMOM. Welcome. Let me wait a little bit for the live to populate. While we are waiting, I'm gonna introduce a new business because I had said in my previous lives that I'll be advertising a business before the start of the show. So if you would like your business to be advertised on the HOTMOM Live Conversation show, you can comment in the comment section right now. You can send me a DM. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. Hi, Jen. So, if you would want me to advertise your business, just send me a DM, send me a profile of the business, and I will advertise it before the very start of the show. Thank you everyone for joining on TikTok. Thank you Instagram. And thank you Facebook. Guys, please follow our official Facebook handle, the official Facebook page. It's HOTMOM Live Conversations. That's the official Facebook page. Sorry. We have not been going live from there of recent because we don't have the number of people required for us to go live on the official Facebook page of HOTMOM Live Conversations. So guys, please follow that page. At least let us have the required number so that we can be going live there. So right now I'm using my personal Facebook profile. So thank you guys for liking the live. I see you on TikTok. You guys are just loving the live. Oh, J-Boo, thank you for joining the live and thank you for sending me those gifts. Thank you. Thank you. TikTok is hot, eh? So I want to advertise the business. It's a real estate business. The lucky business for today is called our caretaker. You know, caretaker as in caretaker that takes care of properties. So the business name is called our caretaker. So I'll just be glancing through the profile that was sent to me and I'll try and explain. So they are a property prop tech startup. It's a startup, it's a tech company, property tech company. So they provide like a technology-driven platform. They have a platform where everything is simplified for both the landlord and the tenants. So for the landlords, let me explain. If you sign up to that platform, our caretaker, if you sign up to the platform, you can do your rent collection online without physically being present. You can do the bill management. You can do the rent tracking to know how much your tenant has paid, how much is left, the tracking. You can do that. And it just helps with like a seamless management for you, no matter where you are in the world. Then for the tenants, you benefit from the convenience of the online portal. You can, if you're looking for a house, you can do the online application on that portal. You explain what kind of house you're looking for. You can do that on the portal. You can also, after they've given you or shown you told you what is available, you can do a virtual tour of the property. You can do your rental payment on the platform, and you can do maintenance requests in case there is any need for maintenance. You can fill the maintenance request form or whatever online, and the landlord will provide what is necessary, because the landlord also has access to the platform. So he would see it and he will provide what is necessary for him to complete that maintenance, to fulfill the maintenance order. So, by addressing this, they are trying to address a unique challenge in the Nigerian market, and I think it's applicable to Africa as a whole. Their main aim, I have explained, is to revolutionize the property rental experience with end-to-end solutions. Yeah. So I've talked about the tracking. They can do landlords can do the tenant verification, the maintenance. There's real-time analytics. So this is basically what was sent to me. So if you want to know more about our caretaker, they are on every social media portal. They also have a website, but their phone number here is +234, in case you need the phone number, +234 703 939 6458. I'll take that number again. The number is +234 703 939 6458. That is their official contact phone number. This portal is so convenient for people, especially those living outside of the country, or you're living in a location where your property, living outside of the location where your property is located, right? So if you are on that portal, everything is easy because you're seeing everything real time. That's the beauty of our caretaker. So guys, follow them on social media, contact them, reach out to them, and I'm sure your property will be in good hands. I assure you that, actually, because I know the owner, and I know that he's doing a good job. So these days, everybody is trying to go techie with everything, and this is one that is so convenient that you can use to manage your property no matter where you are in the world. If you don't want to reach out to them, you can reach out to me too, actually. You can reach out to me and I can reach out to the owner. So that's that. Thank you so much, Jebu, for liking the live. Thank you, LekZide04. I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrongly, for joining the live. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So let's go to the topic for the day. The topic for today is titled, Turn Your Setback into a Comeback. Turn your setback into a comeback. What are setbacks? What are setbacks? Setback generally could refer to problems, obstacles, challenges, events that delay your progress. You are probably en route somewhere, you were pursuing a goal. You were doing something and then there was an interruption that stopped that progress, or that delayed that progress, or that even reversed it such that you went back to square one. That is setback. That is it's good for us to at least understand the true meaning of setback before we delve properly into the program for the day. Setback, I think, is something that happens to everybody. It has happened to me. I believe it has happened to you as well. It happens all the time. Let's talk about comeback as well. If we talk about setback, we have to understand what comeback also means. So comeback, I would say, is like rebounding from the setback, back from where the setback took you. When you're able to rebound back, that is a comeback. When there is an improvement, that is a comeback. So that comeback brings you back to the original position, or brings you closer to the original position where you were before the setback happened. It can bring you back to the original position or bring you closer. Thank you, Jebu, for liking the live. Thank you so much. So, how do you now turn your setback into a comeback? Let's look at some things that can be considered as setback. Injuries. Maybe you were a footballer, you were playing, and you had an injury. That's the setback. That's a setback for you. So you need to embark on a measure to get back to the game. There are setbacks that are natural, like natural disasters. Can happen somewhere and affect your business, or affect your life, There are also setbacks that just happen because we are alive, right? Because we are alive, a lot of things happen. There are problems. You solve one today, another one is waiting. So there are setbacks all the time. It could be injury, like I said. It could be an illness. There are people who take good care of themselves, but they still fall ill. They still fall ill. It could be a loss of job. It could be anything, But in all of this is your ability to rebound that is key. And the conversation will just be around how you can get back on your feet. Because you see that slope, when things happen and you go down that slope and you allow yourself to keep slipping down, because a problem has happened, you just swallow it and you just keep going down that slope. It will take you to where you might not be able to get back up. So once it happens, once a setback happens, the first thing is your mind. Recalibrate quickly. Don't waste time. I'm saying it is easy to say it. It's easy to say it, but people do it. And I'm here today to encourage everyone to do that. So, I want to talk about the most recent setback that is making waves right now around the world. I watched the inauguration. Yes, I did. I didn't sleep. I watched it. And there are two things I want to mention that constitute a setback right now. One of them is the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants. No matter how you look at it, these people had gone there to look for a better life or whatever their reasons were for going there. But now they are going to be cut short prematurely and sent out for them to go back to wherever they are going to. All the life, wherever they are coming from rather. All the plans they had made, all the processes, maybe some of them had even gone through some processes of getting documented. Yeah. I don't know. But it's looking like all of that is just going to go down the drain. So I put myself in that position. I've been in this country for a couple of years, trying to see if everything works out. And I didn't have a document, for instance. I didn't have a document. I was undocumented. And this happened. Going back home, what am I going to do? This is a major setback. It's going to affect a lot of families. It's going to affect a lot of children. It's a lot. That's one. There's also another that talks about ending the birthright citizenship. That one is where you go abroad to have a child and the child becomes a citizen. So all that has been stopped. Now, I'll use myself as an example again. Got married, got pregnant, planning to travel there to go and have my baby so that my child can become a citizen. If my child becomes a citizen at a certain age, I'm sure my child will be able to file for me to become a citizen as well. But that is no more. That is no more. So people who are in these categories, they're going to be facing a major setback. I remember, how many years ago now? Like in 2008, not 2018, 2008, there was this woman that traveled. We didn't know she was pregnant because she's on the big side, so nobody knew she was pregnant. She went there, had a baby. After like 2 months or so, had a baby and came back. So, if it was today, that woman would no longer be able to do that. So there are ladies like that who have planned their life. There are families like that who have planned their lives around this particular law. They've even gone as far as waiting. You know how long it takes to get a US visa in Nigeria? They've gone as far as waiting to get that interview. And eventually they were able to get the visa. And they were doing all this around this baby that they are going to bring into the world. And look at this. This just happened. So this is a major setback for a family like that. It's a major one. So yeah, the topic today is not about what's happening over there. It's about setbacks. So I just decided to use that example as well. Before I continue, Before I continue, I will say to every Nigerian that is affected by this, we are a strong people. We are resilient. And we are resourceful. And I believe that you are capable of bouncing back. This is from me to you. I believe that you're capable of bouncing back from this situation. You're capable of having a beautiful comeback. If this that has happened has constituted a setback for you, always remember that we are a resilient people. We are a strong people. Protect your mind. Because once you have issues and it takes over your mind, you will not be able to plan. You will not be able to know how to move forward. So the first thing is protect your mind. And of course, consult with reputable immigration lawyers. Just see what can still be done. I mean, a law is out there now, but seek legal counsel generally. Seek legal counsel, be focused on the news, listen, because I even heard, I saw another news yesterday was Tuesday, yes, the bishop that was leading the inaugural prayers was saying a lot of things. He said a lot of things, trying to appeal to the new government. So you don't know. Anything can happen. So keep your ears to the ground, listen to the news, consult with legal counsels, and seek community help. Be in touch with people. Community is very, very important. Be in touch with people who can give you that support, that mental support especially. Because once you're down mentally, I say again, you're gone. You'll be so confused. You're gone. I have a friend who always says, no matter what happens, she tries to protect her sanity. Her sanity is number one. So always try to protect your mindset. And in that way, you'll be able to have clarity to know how to move forward. So before I continue, let me see some comments I'm seeing on TikTok. Yeah, but they don't do it the right way. Jebu, I'm not here to speak if they are doing it the right way or not. Yeah. Hi, Smartometer. I'm seeing you. Do you want to join? I can invite you. If you want to join, please say yes, and then I can invite you. So before I continue, now that I've seen Smartometer, anyway, my two co-hosts, it looks like they're not going to be available today. My female co-host is unavoidably absent. She sent in her apologies. Then my male co-host, he's not so sure because he has a lot of meetings lined up. Ameko is a doctor, PhD holder. They are always busy doing meetings. So he usually just tries to find time to join us. So I don't know if he's able to come, fine. If not, I'll just carry on. Instagram. Hi, Uncle Mingo. Thank you for coming. Uncle, do you want to come and join the live? If you want to come, I'll be happy to bring you on the live. Thank you for everyone that has joined on Instagram. Thank you, guys. If you have comments, please drop them. If you have suggestions, comments, whatever, just drop them. Or if you want to come on the live, request and I'll bring you up. So we are still going. Setbacks. I'm sure some of you have watched the movie that is trending. Is it trending? It's kind of trending. Maybe not very high, but it's kind of trending. Young, Famous, and African on Netflix. If I want to watch anything on Netflix, any series on Netflix, I just dedicate my time and I watch all the episodes at once. I don't want to go back. That's what I usually do. Anyway, that's what I did on this one too. So, talking about, in relation to the topic, there is a Nigerian lady, and I'm going to mention her name because the story is out there. She talked about it on international TV. Netflix is all over the world. Anybody can see it. So I will just make reference to it. My uncle sent a message. Let me just read this message. Hello, if you are talking about Trump's executive order regarding birth in the US, let me tell you, the executive order is not set in stone. It can and is still being challenged in court because it's unconstitutional. Okay. That's the message from my uncle. But that's not the topic where I just made a reference to it based on what we're talking about today, which is turning your setbacks into a comeback. So I just made a reference to it. Thank you, Uncle, for that. So the Young, Famous, and African on Netflix, the lady I want to talk about is Iniedo. She's a famous actress in Nigeria. Her name is Iniedo. She talked about having so many miscarriages and several unsuccessful IVFs. Many IVF attempts. She was married and she couldn't have a child. She said when she got married I think at 26, and the plan was, her aim was to finish having her kids at 31. You know, we all usually have plans. We have to plan, don't we? We have to plan. So she had these plans, but there was a setback. She had all those IVFs because the setback was persistent fertility issues and her inability to carry a child to term. A lot of women go through things like this. Women face a lot of issues. Women face a lot of issues in terms of childbearing. Talk about CS. Some women are just, are even barren. They can't even, her case was she could even get pregnant, but she couldn't carry to term. There are some women who cannot even get pregnant. Women have things developing inside their wombs that makes them not to have kids, fibroid and stuff like that. Anyway, that's women's issue is a topic for another day. It's a topic for another day. But this is what happened to her. It was a huge setback for her. If you want to hear the story from the horse's mouth, I'm sure by now people have caught the clips and put on YouTube. You can check. At the end of the day, she had to take the option of surrogacy. So someone had to carry the pregnancy. And she has a baby today. There are people who would go through that kind of setback and may not want to go into surrogacy because of what's the word again? Because of the way we see things like that in our part of the world. We still feel like I have to carry this child by myself, I have to be pregnant, I have to have this child by myself, you know. A lot of people still feel that way because of stigma. We shame people a lot. We've talked about shaming on this show before. We shame people a lot. We stigmatize people, you know. So, yeah, a lot of things are just going through my head. So I think the fact that she came out to say this thing is going to be a lot of an encouragement to a lot of people who are waiting to have their own child, who are probably going through this kind of thing, to take that bold step. So for her, taking that step and having a baby now, that she has a baby now, is a comeback. That was her own way of coming back. Beating that setback. She beat it. She did. She did. So for you, your setback might be about your career that never happened, that you wish happened but never happened. It could be about your relationship that failed. Your relationship that failed because you had a breakup with your partner, because you had a divorce. Or it could be about a friend that you have lost. Two of you are still alive, but you have lost this friend because of serious disputes between two of you that may never be resolved. Disputes that may never be resolved. People that you love so much, friends that you love so much, family members, you probably lost them because of issues that cannot be resolved. These are all setbacks. It could be a setback for you. It could just be about personal failures. It could be health challenges. Everything is going on well for you. The next thing is your health deteriorates. It's a setback because the things that you would want to do. Health is number one. If you're not healthy, if you're not okay, you will not be able to do a lot of things in this world. Yeah. So your own might be health challenges. Let's even talk about what is happening. Your own could be because you lost a property or a home, which is what I wanted to talk about. Look at those people that lost their properties to the fire in California. That's another major setback. That's another huge setback. Where are those people going to start from? Where are they going to start from? We all have our various setbacks. We all do. We probably have experienced setbacks, or we are still experiencing. But your ability to bounce back, your ability not to affect your mental health. I am just here to encourage you guys not to allow your setbacks to throw you down, like I said, down that slope that takes you to a place where you may not be able to come back. So once things like this happen, you have to accept that it has happened. You have to accept that it has happened. And recalibrate your mindset on how to move on. The things that you cannot change that have happened. Recalibrate your mindset and look for how to move on. If you're enjoying the live, if you're on TikTok enjoying the live, please like the live. Continue to tap on the screen. Thank you, Jebu. I see you still. Are Tokumbo, hi. Thank you for joining the live on Instagram. If you would like to contribute anything, kindly request. If you don't know how to request, type that you need the request and I'll bring you on. Hi. Mariana, sorry. How are you? I see you just joined. It's been a while. How can I be forgetting your name now? I think we should catch up. This weekend, in fact, after this live, I'm going to call you. We have to catch up. Why should I forget your name? Anyway, yeah. What else have I not touched? Let's keep going. So, initially I talked about a soccer players that get injured and that constituting a setback for them. There are some people that have sports injuries that they are not able to even recover from. There are some people that have accident. Let's even assume a sports person, someone who loves football so much that is playing in international stage, for instance. I don't wish that on anybody. Let's say this person gets involved in an accident and the limbs are no more, How do you get back from that? It's a very deep place to be. How does such a person come back? These are tough issues, but they happen. And thankfully, for this kind of example, there are options for you, which is why you have to recalibrate your mindset and accept the options that are available. So, for instance, if you still want to continue with playing soccer or still being in sports, but you are no longer able, if you've watched the Olympics, you will see, in the Olympics, you see a lot of games that are played, they call them adaptive sports, yeah? So you see different people who are not able-bodied like you and I that are still engaging in sports. They are still able to engage in sports. I've seen a video of a woman who you would think would not be able to fly a plane because she doesn't have hands. She uses her leg. She has only one leg or something like that. I can't remember very well. But that video is so inspirational. She's able to do a lot of things, including flying a plane. So I believe that humans, we are capable of doing anything. We are capable of doing anything, which is why you can see Elon Musk is so ambitious. He wants us to go to the moon, to go to Mars. I think we are capable of anything. So when those setbacks happen, the first thing is to protect your mindset. Protect your mind. Is it that you had a fiancé and along the way you got pregnant and the fiancé dumped you? That's a huge one. Protect your mindset. This also happened to someone. It happened to someone who, fiancé, of course, they were ready to get married and everything, but just because she got pregnant, as if she got pregnant alone, right? Just because she got pregnant before the marriage, he didn't want that. So he had to call off the relationship. He didn't want the baby, he didn't want her. When you hear stories like this, for me, I just feel like there's something wrong mentally with the other party, because it's very unusual for you to just come up and say, no, you're not going to do this because this has happened. It doesn't sound normal, but it happened. And that was a huge setback for this lady. She was already in the university. She couldn't continue. She stopped school, had to stay home to not have the baby and nurture the baby for a while. And in that process, she tried to come back, to have a comeback. And she eventually did. She learned her lessons. And now she has an NGO that supports young girls, in Africa. This person is from Ghana, actually. So she now supports young girls in Africa with her NGO. Of course, she will talk about her experience, share her experience, and other people will share their experiences as well. So that is that. We've also heard stories of ex-convicts, drug addicts, who were involved in early crime. Let's say the ex-convicts were involved in early crime. The drug addict, they were exposed to experimenting with drugs when they were young, not knowing the damaging side effects of these things. We've heard stories I'm sure you've heard stories like that. And at the end of the day, they were able to still bounce back. Most of them have become mentors. They have become public speakers, motivational speakers, both online and offline. So these things are possible, which is why I said human beings, we are capable of doing a lot if only we can take hold of our mind. If you can take hold of our minds. Yeah. You could be a student, you're not doing so well, or you thought you were doing so well in school, and when the results came, you did so poorly. Don't let it affect your mind. Do not. There's always a way to bounce back. Take your studies more seriously, prepare a study schedule, and you would see the little progress that you make, acknowledge them, and if you're able to make that little progress, it means that you are capable of making more progress. That's just it about life. It doesn't matter the area, it doesn't matter the sphere of life. Once you're making little progress, you know that you'll be able to make more. Recently, I started going to the gym because for the past 3 days, let me say 3 days, so that it will not seem like I'm exaggerating, it's been raining cats and dogs. I don't know about your area, but here it's been raining. And there's no way for me to go and run. I usually try to go to the garden to run. I couldn't, so my son, who is a certified fitness trainer, suggested to me to come to the gym. So, not like I had not been going to gym before now. I had been going to gym before, but lately, no. So he encouraged me to come to the gym, and when I started, things were not very easy. But as we got along, it started getting easier. That is how it is with life, in every area of our life. So when you make those little achievements, when I'm able to lift, let's say 5 kg, I know that, okay, if I'm able to do 5, then I should be able to do 7.5. And then I go on. I take it a notch higher. Wow, Booman, thank you so much for the gifts on TikTok. Thank you. Love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that is how these things apply to every area of our lives. Keep pushing yourself. When the setback comes, don't allow them to weigh you down. Protect your mind. Protect your mind. Once your mind sets, your mind is in the right place. Planning and thinking and strategizing, all those things are easy. And then contacting people, making your connections, networking to see how you can have a comeback becomes clearer. As I'm speaking like this, it may not be easy. When those situations happen, it sucks. I've talked about when situation sucks here as well. It sucks, it can suck. But take your time and bounce back. We've all been through it, and you can also be through it. You can also go through it. If you're enjoying the live, keep tapping on the screen, TikTok. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Instagram, thank you for joining the live. Facebook, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. So yeah, I want to announce again, our official Facebook page is HOTMOM LIVE CONVERSATIONS. Please go and follow us. Follow us so that we'll have the number to go live on that platform. We are not able to go live on that platform because we don't have the number. Please follow us. Thank you. And thank you for stopping by today. Okay, talking about mindset. When things get really tough, they say, we should say to ourselves, I am stronger than this setback. Sometimes you just go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, think about your problem, look in the mirror and speak to yourself in the mirror and say, I am bigger than this thing. I am stronger than this thing. I am going to overcome this thing. I will conquer this thing. Speaking to yourself like that, looking at yourself, yeah? Looking at yourself and saying these things to yourself, toughen you, make you stronger mentally. And then when you come out of the bathroom, you're ready. You're ready to face your problems and deal with them. The first point is you accept them. That this is real. This has happened. This accident happened. There are no more limbs. This fire happened. There's no more house. This breakup happened. There's no more spouse. There's no more partner. This exam, this failure happened. These things are real. Oh, this passing of a loved one happened. This person is no longer here with us. You have to come to that point of accepting this pain, this grief, this loss, this setback. It is real. Accept it. And say to yourself, you can overcome. You may not be where you want to be right now. Yeah? Where you truly want to be, you may not be there right now. But you'll be there. You'll get there so long as you're on that journey. You'll get there. Don't lose sight of the goal. Keep going. We are all capable of a full comeback. Instead of saying, why me? Instead of saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Hey, why me? Even me, I have said that thing before. Why me? Why did this have to happen to me? Instead of saying that, think about the lessons this is teaching you. Think about what this experience is preparing you for. Instead of saying, I have failed, say to yourself, I have learned. I will tell a final story before I end the live. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah. Always tell yourself you're strong and you're stronger than any setback. So the story, I will end with this story. There was a woman I used to know like 11 years ago, and she had health issues. I didn't meet her when she had the health issues. I met her after her comeback. She had health. She went to the hospital one day and discovered that she had fibroids, and the doctor said the only solution would be for her to undergo surgery. So she didn't like the idea of the surgery. She asked the doctor for other options, and he said no, that's the only option. This happened in the US. So she decided to do her own research and chose to start eating clean, eating foods close to nature. She changed her diet completely. She became vegan. Shout out to vegans on the live. She became vegan. She stopped eating meat, fish, chicken. She stopped eating all those things. And she focused on certain kind of fruits. I'm telling this story, and because as I'm telling this story, if you are having that kind of issue, if you send me a DM, right? I'm not a doctor, but I can send you, because I have a place I wrote everything down, all the things she ate. We had a long talk, everything she ate, everything she started drinking, everything she stopped eating. I have a list of them. So if you want, I can just send you the list. You go and buy them and start eating them and drinking them or whatever. They are all natural food, nothing processed. So anyway, she started doing that, and she started feeling better. Because when a woman has fibroid, it comes with a lot of other things. It might be excessive heavy periods, pain, big tummy, things like that, yeah? So she noticed that all those symptoms were beginning to go away. So she continued. You know what she said to me? She said that problem, she believed, did not happen in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. So for it to be reversed, it wasn't going to take 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. So she was determined to go through, because she started seeing small results. She decided to go through the process. And in like 5 years, this fibroid has shrunk. True story. This fibroid has shrunk, and she's stuck with being a vegan. In her house, she would cook chicken, fry with oil, cook for the children. Our normal Nigerian stew, she would cook it, give to her children, give to visitors, give anybody that wants. But she never touched oil. Oil was one thing she stopped eating. Anything oil, she did away with it. And I now asked her, so how is it? Is this fibroid gone? She said, no, it's not gone, but it's just there. It has shrunk. It's just there. It's not disturbing her. It's not affecting her in any way. It's just there. So, that was it. Do you now know what happened? This was like in 2012. I heard this story. I was told this story. She told me this story in like 2012. Recently, I had a conversation with someone who had same issue. And I said, okay, let's see what can be better, what we can do from here. And we did a 3-way call with this woman that had successfully shrunk her own by sticking to a good diet. So we did a 3-way call and we talked about everything. And at the end of the day, this person said, okay, I'm going to try my best to follow this route. And she did. And she did. And she told this like a couple of months ago. And she told me that all those symptoms she used to experience, she's no longer experiencing them. She even told me that she didn't know that she was the one doing herself. Do you understand how heavy that is? When someone says, I didn't know that I was the one causing this problem for myself. Just because you stopped eating bread, stop eating this, stop eating that. Like I said, if you want, send me a DM and I will send you the list. Just because you stopped eating certain kind of food that were feeding that thing inside of the body. She told me that she's feeling better. And I was so excited that, wow, that I was able to do something good like this for someone. You know, I was happy. And she's still following through to make sure that she succeeds at the end of the day. So that was a setback, and this is her comeback. And she's coming back real big. She's coming back real strong. And that is what I advise everyone to do. Whatever the situation is, come back strong because we are capable. Setbacks are not a stop sign. When you have a setback, that does not mean your life has ended. That does not mean a setback. A stop sign, rather. We can all turn our setbacks into a comeback. Because as humans, we are capable of a lot. We are capable of everything. Let me put it down. Turn your setback into a comeback and prove to yourself that you are able, that you are capable. Prove to yourself that it is not about how you fall. Prove to yourself that your comeback is more important than how you fall. We all have fallen at one point or the other. But your ability to come back and come back strong is what counts. I hope this conversation today helps someone to have a great comeback. I hope. Thank you all for joining the live today. Thank you people on Facebook. Thank you people on Instagram. And thank you everyone that joined me on TikTok. I hope we meet again next week, same time. I hope to see you again. Same time next week. So yeah, take care. Take care, guys. I have to go now. Take care, guys. Thank you, Booman. Oh, you want to come? Okay, no. I saw a different comment. Thank you, everyone that supported my live on TikTok. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you all again, same time next week. Take care, guys. Be strong. Be strong.